Hi, and welcome to Wednesday. Today's a little bit unusual because all of these letters are only one or two lines. That's all the questions are. Sometimes I get a whole two or three pages, which I have to tell you is facts is all I need. But some of them are very interesting. So these are very quick questions. So we're going to go through them, and this is from Betty. Can a ghost influence you into subli- subliminal fashion of communication? Would they ever visit another person you're associated with in another home? Betty, they can't make you think, like touch you and make you think in one specific way, but if they're in your space for a long time, you can start picking up their moods, uh, that type of thing. So, yeah. And of course, they can go, anybody that you know that they've ever been with you when you've gone to somebody's house, of course, they can go visit them. Who's going to tell them they can't? So, absolutely. This one is from Jackie. She wants to know, whenever I see a roadside memorial, do people who have died in these spots, do they keep the people from crossing over? No. Those spots on the roads are sort of almost work the same way a cemetery does. It's for you to remember what happened there and remember the person that died or got killed in that spot. But that would have absolutely no reason for them not to cross over. So no, that's not a problem. This one is from Valerie. Um, Several years ago, my husband and I purchased an old farmhouse. We loved the place so much that we sprinkled the ashes of several of our relatives and our pets on the grounds of the property. I am now concerned that the ghosts of these relatives are attached to the property. Do you believe the cremated remains, in fact, do remain? Very cute. No, they don't care. I mean, the only thing that I know for sure that they really get upset about is if they were adamant about being buried and you cremated them instead, or vice versa, or you didn't put them in the cemetery that you knew they wanted to be in. That would be reasons for them to stay, not because of where you threw the ashes. That doesn't make any difference. This one is from Alice. Are all ghosts earthbound? No. The white light is for every single person that takes their last breath. And it's your choice. Like when you're alive, you make choices. When you're dead, you still make choices, whether you want to go to the light or not. Uh, One of my grandmothers died 7 years ago, and there are times that I feel her. Then there are times that I feel my other grandparents that died 20 years ago that I feel around me. Can they just come back? And is there a way for them to show me that they are here? Yes, they can come back. And a lot of people that when they've crossed over and they come back for visits, people feel them, they sense them. They show up for birthdays, for holidays, they come for all of that stuff. And but they are not earthbound. When they first die, they are only earthbound if they let their light disappear within the 48 to 72-hour period after their final memorial service. This one is from Marlene. My my question is about Sammy. He is my spirit little boy, wondering if he has crossed over or still resides in my house. Last that time I thought he was gone, I gave his toys away and he got upset, kept knocking my fan off the nightstand. I find it a little odd that you would buy toys for a ghost kid. I and you must know that he's earthbound because otherwise you wouldn't be asking if he's crossed over. Um, I have no way of knowing from a letter, but it's really not necessary to buy toys for a ghost child. If they wanted to play with toys, they could go down the street to the neighbor's house that has kids and play with their toys. Um, so I don't know. And I would be curious to know how you know that it was Sammy that uh, knocked the fan off of your nightstand. Okay, this one is from Carrie. Um, do ghosts tend to attract to teenagers more than other people? Do they attract more often to female teenagers rather than male teenage boys? Keep in mind that earthbound spirits need human energy to keep going. And teenagers have so much energy. And especially the girls, because they're always with one another and twittering and, you know, and it's usually the girls that will play with the Ouija board, which is absolutely the horrible thing to do. And so I would say, as a rule of thumb, maybe girls are a little bit more attractive to earthbound spirits. But the heck of it is, 9 times out of 10, the spirits that are around teenagers are usually, the earthbound spirits are usually teenagers themselves. People tend to hang out with the same type of people, like little kids like to hang out with little kid ghosts like to hang out with little kids. Secondary school kids will hang out with ghosts from secondary school, middle school, high school, same thing. So, college students, their ghosts were college age. So, but yeah, probably a little bit more because of the energy. This one is from Karen. Are sleep paralysis phantoms earthbound spirits? Interesting way to put that, Karen. Um, a phantom is another word for a spirit or a ghost. So, yes, I would think that most people that have sleep paralysis are bothered more by earthbound spirits. There are, however, reasons, medical reasons for people to have sleep paralysis. And, but yes, it can be done from earthbound spirits too. She said she's tired of having to sleep with lights on and would really like to know if the quince would actually help with this sort of thing. Yes, because if the problem is earthbound spirits that are causing the sleep paralysis, then you should definitely be able to wear the charm and they won't be able to get close to you. The other thing that you can do is get a dream bag. There's a quince seed inside of here. And if you sleep with this under your pillow, put it inside your pillowcase, for sure they will not be able to get close to you. Or if you're wearing the charm with the seed in it. So, yes, either one of those things would help. This is from Tina. I have 2 questions. Will there ever be a Ghost Whisperer movie? No, I don't ever see that happening. I mean, every one of the actors that played in that are on to other series that they're in, other programs that they're in, and I don't really ever see that happening. And her second question is, My late husband touched my knee. Was this really him? I don't really know. Um, has your late husband crossed over? If he has crossed over, you can still get touches from people that have crossed over, a pat on the cheek, fixing your hair, pulling the cover up around your neck. But either way, an earthbound or one that has crossed over could absolutely touch your knee. I guess if you'd want to know for sure, come on a Zoom to make sure. And to answer your question, another way is if you've had a dream about your dead husband, especially a nice dream where he looked happy, healthy, then he definitely has crossed over. That's the way to know that for sure. This one is from Joy, and she is in Texas. When it is randomly freezing cold around me, is that a sign that there is a spirit present? Sometimes, but because of TV and movies, everyone thinks it has to be a cold feeling. It's a temperature change. It can be cold, it can be warm. It can be cold and turn warm. It can be warm and turn cold. It can get breezy. But these are definitely signs, if it happens all the time, that there is an earthbound spirit around you. This one is from Danielle. I am feeling uncertain about the going into the light process. I've lost a lot of people in my life tragically. It's hard to be optimistic about the future, wondering what is next. I'm debating if this is something that I want to do or not. Danielle, the best thing I can tell you is that when you do die and the white light is around you, you will actually see people in the white light that you know, that you love, that are motioning you and trying to convince you to come into the light. The bottom line, Danielle, it'll still be your choice whether you go in or not. I know people that have had near death experiences that got in the light and they did not want to come back. They can't even describe how wonderful, I mean, they had children, they had husbands, they had parents. They still didn't want to come back. They wanted to stay in the white light. So it's a choice that you have to make. That's everybody's decision. The only people that don't have to make that choice are babies. I have never seen a baby younger than 2. The angels, guardian angels, grandmas, grandpas, somebody come and get those babies. And the few 3-year-olds I did run across talked like they were 5 and 6. So I would really say that even 3s are very highly unusual. So, um, and then the next question is from Bonnie. Is it possible for a 3-month-old baby to scream on the top of her lungs nonstop every time she is over? She does not scream in her own house or babysitters, just here. I think we must have a ghost. Can you please answer? Bonnie, if you go back through the old YouTubes, probably 2 or 3 back, there is actually a picture of about a 2.5, 3-month old wrapped in a receiving blanket on the floor with a flash of light coming down next to her, screaming, and that was an earthbound spirit. So, yes, babies are very, very tuned into that. Absolutely. Okay, we are done with our short questions. I want to remind people that there is a Zoom on this Friday, the 10th, from 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So think of your time zone. You have to be in your, adjusted to your time zone. The book club is on Tuesday, the 21st, over at the Goddess Elite at 7 o'clock. And this is the book that we're doing, A Walk in the Shadows. The man is an expert on shadow ghosts. And for those that are local, on Saturday, the 25th of June, I will be at the Goddess Elite from 1 to 4 for a meet and greet. And then I'll be there for a talk starting at 6 o'clock. So check it out on website and come to some of these things. It's really interesting. Thanks for checking in with us today, and we'll do it again next week. Thank you.